What's up guys, it's Aleks Dayum. So today I'm going to talk to you about IIFYM, which stands for If It Fits Your Macros. Another way you could put it is flexible dieting. So I'm going to talk to you about why I believe in this sort of diet. I'll talk to you about the benefits and why I choose to do it, and also how you can incorporate it into your lifestyle so you can make dieting for yourself more pleasurable and more enjoyable and sustainable, which is the whole point of this diet. So I've chosen to do this outside because there's really nice lighting, nice natural lighting coming in, so that's why I've chosen to do it out here. So I'm sorry if you can hear noises and shit in the background. I apologize, but this is going to give a really good shot, so I wanted to do it out here. So another thing is I've just got my phone here. I've written down just a couple of key points so I don't forget anything. So I'm just going to be using this as a bit of a reference to look back on in case I miss something. So let's get right into it. So with the first thing, it's called IIFYM, so it stands for If It Fits Your Macros. So the whole point of this diet is it's not exactly a strict and set eating meal plan. What it is more of a dieting approach, sort of a lifestyle approach. So it's incorporating dieting into your lifestyle rather than just a strict meal plan. You have to eat this at this certain time and you have to eat only these foods and you have to cut out everything else to achieve your goals of like getting shredded or trying to build muscle, which is not actually necessary. So the whole point of flexible dieting is being able to achieve your goals of weight loss, such as like burning fat, or if you want to gain weight and build muscle, you can achieve those goals, but you don't have to cut out certain bad foods and only eat good and healthy foods. That's the whole point of flexible dieting. It's to make dieting a lot more enjoyable. It's being able to fit in foods that you enjoy eating, such as like pizza, but also you're still achieving your goals and it's still going to have the same effect on your body composition, such as your lean muscle mass, how much body fat you have, how much muscle you have, and things of that nature. I've just got my water out here because I'm really thirsty. So the main thing that you're trying to do with this diet is you have the amount of protein, carbohydrates and fats you need to hit in your day. Those are your 3 macronutrients, right? So for myself, for example, I try to hit about 180 grams of protein every day, around 350 grams of carbs, and about 100 grams of fat every day. So the whole point of If It Fits Your Macros is, as long as I hit those macronutrients by the end of the day, that's all that matters. So it doesn't matter what foods I eat to actually get those macronutrients. So the main thing is you're hitting your macronutrient goals of your proteins, your carbs and your fats, but it doesn't matter where you get those sources from. So for example, if you have a food that you really like to enjoy eating, for example, like could be ice cream, could be pizza, could be Nutella, you can still eat those foods and achieve your goals of weight loss or building muscle, but you actually have to fit them into your macronutrient goals. So for example, myself, I eat a Portos pretty much every single day, so I eat like burgers, chips and ice cream, but I actually fit those into my macros, so I still achieve my goals of like keeping lean but building muscle mass. If you were like dieting on like maybe 2,000 calories, you would have a lower amount of macronutrients. You could probably still fit it in, but your other meals would have to be more leaner. So when you have a strict and set diet plan and you look at foods as bad and you completely cut them out, that makes you want to binge more. With If It Fits Your Macros and flexible dieting, the whole point is you can fit in the foods that you want if you want to, but only if they fit your macros. So let me just give you an example. If you're just eating junk food all day, there is no chance you're going to hit your macros. Your fat is going to be way too high and your carbs are going to be way too high and your protein is going to be too low. So flexible dieting does not mean you just eat junk food all day. So for example, myself, I'll have one meal that's junk, I guess you call it, or Portos, but it's not exactly junk food because I'm fitting it in my macros. And then I'll have another meal which is like chicken and asparagus and rice, and then later on that night I'll have mince and asparagus and like some rice again, and or I'll have another meal where I'll have a shake or something like that. So I'm not just eating junk food all day. That's not the point of this diet. Even if you're shredding especially if you're on like 2,000 calories, there's no way you're going to hit your macronutrient goals if you're just eating junk food. But the whole point is that if you do want to have, you know, a bit of ice cream someday, if you track it in and add it into your macronutrients and fit it in, you can have that ice cream and you don't have to feel so guilty about it. Because it doesn't really matter, if you, let's say you have two people, right? They both hit the same macronutrients at the end of the day. So let's say they both hit 200 protein, 200 carbs, and like 60 fat. They're both going to have the same weight loss effects, and they're both going to have the same effect on their bodies, but they're just going to consume different foods to get those macronutrients. So one guy's going to eat just chicken, mince, fish, and rice, and then this person's going to have a mixture of like maybe some ice cream, and then also chicken and mince and stuff like that fitting in those foods. They're both going to have the same effect on their body. So the most important thing about any diet or trying to get in shape and tracking your food and stuff is adherence. So you need to make sure you're able to stick to your diet. That is the number one key thing. There's no point in dieting for like 3 days and then binging, and then dieting for 3 days again and then binging. You need a diet that is sustainable, and not just a diet that you can do for like 2 months and then you go back to bad eating habits. You want a diet that you can see yourself eating, like that you can see yourself on for the rest of your life, basically. With flexible dieting, you can pretty much do it for the rest of your life because it's not a strict certain meal plan, meal timing, meal schedule. It's nothing like that. It's just a concept of dieting, and that's the beautiful thing about it, because you're not restricting yourself to certain foods. So for example, I did a competition prep where all I ate was like clean foods, and then after that all I wanted to fucking do was just eat like donuts and chocolate and pizza and chips and no clean foods, because I was just so deprived of those like foods that I wanted to eat during my prep. But now that I'm doing a more flexible dieting approach, I'm still achieving my goals in the exact same way, and it's still having this exact same effect on my body, but I still get to enjoy the foods that I like on a daily basis, and therefore my adherence to my diet is a lot better. So I'm able to stick to it a lot better. I don't find myself craving sugars and stuff late at night or throughout the day. I'm more likely to stick to my diet because I do get those little treats every single day, and I don't have to feel guilty about them either because I've actually fit them into my macros. So I'm still achieving my goals, and that's the whole point. So the way I go about doing a if it fits your macros approach to dieting is I use a free application on the App Store. It's called MyFitnessPal. I highly recommend all of you download it. It's free. Get familiar with the application itself. Learn how to use it. You basically just scan barcodes or search up foods and add it to your diary. You can even tell it your macronutrient goals. So like 200 protein, 200 carbs, 60 fat. That's just an example. Don't exactly copy that. But I'm just giving you an example, and it'll tell you if you put in a food and you add it to your diary. Let's say you ate it, just track it, and it'll tell you how much protein you have left, how much carbs you have left, how much fiber and fat you have left for the day. So it's a really good application. I use it pretty much every day. Whatever I eat, I just log it into that, and that's how I try to fit my macronutrients. And it makes the flexible dieting approach very, very easy because it does all of the calculations for you. But then again, you can't just eat blindly. You can't just really eat whatever the fuck you want and then be like, oh, does it fit? You sort of have to search up the foods and make sure you know what you're eating is going to fit in to your macros. Now obviously if you're shredding, your calories are going to be lower, so you have less macronutrients to play with. So your protein's going to be higher, your carbs are going to be lower, and your fats are going to be a bit lower. So you need to be careful with the food choices you make. So you can't be eating a bunch of junk food if you're shredding because they're high in fat and they're high in carbs. So let's say, let me just give you an example. If you were shredding, because your carbs and your fats are relatively lower to someone that's bulking, if you go to eat a pizza, it's going to be higher. It's going to be high in protein, carbs, and fats, right? And that's going to deplete your budget. You can look at your macronutrients as a budget. That's going to deplete your budget. So the rest of the day you're going to have to eat very clean and lean sources of protein like fish or chicken or mince. and then you might only have a little bit of carbs left, so you might only get to eat a little bit of rice. So the whole point about it is you need to be smart with the food choices you make. But then again, you don't have to look at you don't have to look at certain foods as good and bad, because there is no such certain thing. All that really matters is at the end of the day, the amount of macronutrients you've hit, or you can look at it on a weekly basis, that you're making sure you're hitting your macros every single day. Also, if you're eating out, what you can do is ask the restaurant that you're eating at for their nutritional guide. Also, you can go on their website and they should have a nutritional page on there, so you can look at there. It'll tell you the protein, the carbs, the fats, and the calories, stuff like that. But yeah, the easiest way is MyFitnessPal. Log it in there, or try search it up on there, scan the barcode, and yeah, do it like that. And also, Flexible Dieting / IIFYM, it's self-regulating. So what that means is, because you have a budget, you are going to be smart with the food choices you make in order to hit your macronutrients. So you're not just going to be eating fucking junk food all day, because you can't do that. You can't eat junk food all day and hit your macros. Like it's just not possible. Unless you're eating like 10,000 calories, then maybe, but no one's eating fucking 10,000 calories every day. So if you've got a budget of your macros, okay, like you got to look at it like finances as well. If you've got this budget, you want to be smart with your money. You want to be smart with your macronutrients and how you invest those macronutrients, and what you buy with your macronutrients, if that makes any sort of sense. And there's a real big misconception out there that weight loss is associated with, or the most important thing is the foods that you eat. Not true at all. It's how much you eat, and it's how much calories you consume and how much calories you burn. That's the most important thing. It's not necessarily the foods that you eat. It's actually how much calories you burn and how much calories you consume, and what the difference is there. So if you want to lose weight, you need to consume less calories than what you burn. And then the opposite goes for if you're trying to build muscle or gain weight, you need to consume more calories than what you burn. Okay, so I think I pretty much covered majority of things when it comes to flexible dieting and if it fits your macros. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Hopefully I've showed you the benefits of flexible dieting and why it's good, why I use it and why I believe in it, and why a lot of people, it's sort of a new concept, that not really new, but it's more of a modern approach to dieting, and it does work, like 120%. It does work if you apply it properly. It does take a little bit of practice, but it does work if you're willing to put in the effort. I think it'll make your life a lot more enjoyable, and dieting a lot more enjoyable, because I mean, what's the whole point of dieting if you're fucking hating your life, you know? This shit. You wanna diet, you wanna look good, but you also want to enjoy the foods that you're eating, and you wanna enjoy the whole concept of dieting itself as much as you can. Dieting is gonna suck sometimes, but you want to try and make it as enjoyable as possible, because that's gonna improve the quality of your life and make you more happy. And I mean, that's what we're all here for. We're just trying to make ourselves happy. If you actually stuck through to the end, I really want to appreciate. Alright, so that is the end of the video. I just want to say thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and always remember to keep the pump.